Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, boy do we have a spicy meatball for you guys today. We are back in Yamato and I'm going to give you a masterclass. So get ready to take notes on how to play Shards B-Spawn. Alright? Battleships, I'm looking at you. Alright, so one of the things that drives me crazy about this map is that so many people spawn a mid and don't understand just how strong this position actually is. This position, if you look at the map, as a battleship, especially at the higher tiers, as a battleship, you have the ability to shoot almost everywhere on the map from your spawn. Now, I'm not saying you should sit in your spawn and just wait for things to light up, alright? What I'm gonna show you guys is a good textbook Shards B-Spawn, how I play it and how it works for me. Alright? A lot of times I see people run away immediately one way or the other and it almost always ends in tragedy. Why? Because you immediately put yourself in danger. Like, no matter which way you go, by the time you start to make that turn and you're committed to the turn, you are going to be spotted and you are going to be punished for it. Because 90% of the time, a destroyer will spawn right across from you in the B spawn, right? Our Shima doesn't recognize that overcommitting to the B spawn right at the beginning of the match is a terrible idea, especially when you know that the enemy destroyer is a gearing, the perfect counter to a Shima. Now, obviously, the gearing doesn't have sonar, but you don't need sonar if you got a goddamn brain on your shoulders, right? Now, one of the things that you'll hear me talk about during this video is patience. Patience, young Padawan. Patience is a virtue that you need to start to have. Now pay attention to this Dr. Manhattan fella over here in the Yamal, and then look at this guy. Carl Johan. Hello, don't mind if I do, and oh my god, that is going to showcase just how good of an RNG game we're going to have. First shot out the gate, 28,000 damage. Now, I want to reiterate something for y'all. A lot of people like to give me grief. Spartan, what's your build? Spartan, why do you always play? No, this is a stock commander. It is the, is it Tanaka or Takagi? Whatever the battleship commander, the accuracy commander for the Japanese is. I can't remember which one it is. I know it's either Tanaka or Takagi. I just can't ever remember which one's which. But either way, one's the destroyer captain and one is the freaking battleship captain. But anyway, we're going to call this Operation Guardian Angel. Why? Because this is exactly what your position is. You're not to go crazy. You're not leaving your flank. You're simply holding down the middle of the map and affecting as many people as possible. Now, obviously, getting into a fight with a long-range gunfight with a Worcester probably not going to end in my favor, especially when I'm sitting here. But we're going to go ahead and take a shot at him. We've got the front guns available. Rear gun's going to hit the island. We do that. But we take the front guns, and I have no idea how that is a Citadel. I'll be real honest. That was so far forward, he turned away as well. Like, I have no idea how that's a Citadel. But we also have the BA Montana out there shooting HE at us. We're going to back up. Now that we can kind of break contact, we're back up, get away from the Worcester. Pay attention to the mini-map, folks. Look at these guys rushing mid. You see them? Look at them. We've got a Zhao pushing in. We've got a freaking Johan pushing in. Do we allow that? No. This is where the Operation Guardian Angel comes in. It is our duty as the B-Spawn to help clear these guys from the middle. We don't give them the ability to flank everybody on that left flank. So we back up, we get our guns ready. We should spot this guy anytime. And once we get him spotted, he's done. There's no pass and go, no collecting $200. You're done. Bye. Now that he's gone, that is a big threat to everybody because that HE is nasty. All right. Johan, on the other hand, is also begging for it out here. Now, obviously, Johan's not as scary to me as a whatever you call that thing, the Zhao was, but still a formidable threat, and it may look like I'm over-angled here, and to most battleships I would be, but the guns of the Johan are so god-awfully bad that it does not bother me at all to sit at this angle. Most of the time, if he hits me, he's going to shatter off the belt anyway. He could aim for the side plating, like the bow side plating, maybe get some pins there. But he's not smart enough for that, let's be honest. Dude has been trying to go Suicide Squad ever since I took half his hit points in the opening salvo. But, dude, look at the RNG. Holy mother of Yamato. I have been waiting for a girl like this. If you guys get that. I've been waiting for a girl like you. Little foreigner for you guys. If you don't get that reference, I don't know if we can be friends. But anyway, we have done everything we needed to do to the Johan. We leave him to our teammates to finish off, right? There's a cruiser over there. There's a battleship over there. They should be able to finish him off. We knew the torpedoes were likely to be coming, so we go ahead and get out the way. And now I am paying attention to the right side of the map, because the rest of the enemies are so far away that they are not a threat to anybody currently. So what we want to do is put ourselves in a position to where we can counter the people that are going on either flank, right? Now Johan's dead. We have no idea where the gearing is, but if you pay attention, you'll end up noticing that the gearing went all the way over to Alpha, right? And the reason we know this is because he ends up dropping torpedoes, and nothing else over there had torpedoes. We had a Des Moines over there, we have a Montana over there. Neither of those guys have torpedoes. So when I see torpedoes, I'm like, ah! Gearing's over on Alpha. So with all that being said, we're going to push up into the B cap, and we're going to flip this spawn. Now, maybe I waited a little bit too long, but I did my job up here in the middle. I've held it down. I've got 90,000 damage. Game could still go either way. And believe it or not, this is going to be one of those tight games that comes right down to the wire. Could have ended either direction. Trust. All right, this is good. This is a fun game. But Yama is sitting over here on the backside of the island. Worcester goes down. I was going to save this shot for Worcester, but Worcester goes down, so we don't have to worry about that. So I take the shot at the Yama over the backside of the island, and we're going to get a pretty solid salvo here, getting over, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20K, somewhere in that neighborhood. But now we've got to start considering the fact that we have a Montana on our broadside. If we fire her again, we're going to get spotted. We've had the advantage of using the islands up to this point to be able to shoot people without being shot back. And keeping our hit points is a big deal. Now this Montana is not paying attention. I aim this very low for a specific reason, and that is to try to get the Citadel. I know that I can Citadel him at this range. I just got to get a good shot, and that is railguns, my guy. I don't know how that was only one, but I'll take it. That was still a huge hit on that Montana. It's going to change everything he does, but this is when the Des Moines has decided he needs to go forward. Colombo was going to kill him otherwise, so Des Moines rushes forward, trying to go after the battleship. What he doesn't realize is I'm in the perfect place to finish him off. And that is a nasty broadside. Once again, Operation Guardian Angel. I don't know if he was going to try to ram that battleship or what. That's what I would have been doing if I was that Des Moines right there. I would have tried to ram that battleship, 100%. Because you're probably going to kill the battleship, and very minimum, you're going to do a lot of damage to him. But here, you're going to see, I end up getting greedy here, going for the Citadel hits. I should have just been aiming a little bit higher, trying to get as many hits on target as possible, but we do significant damage. We're at 165,000. We did capture this base, and if you're paying attention to the minimap, you will see that once we get these guys off the board on the right side, Montana goes down as soon as I fire. We've got the GK and the Yama off to our left. Now, the only thing over there left to fight over there on that left flank is an Alaska. Everybody else has died. All right, we haven't been able to protect everybody, but we're trying, right? Now, I did not pay attention to the fact that GK was simply not moving. And then I fire in his direction. All my shots overshoot because, again, did not see that he was just creeping along at like quarter speed. But now that he has finally decided to start moving, we're going to go ahead and open the angle up. We're not going to stay there. We're already turning back in. So this is the Dreadnought Shuffle, and this is something you have to master, okay, as a battleship captain. And there's the unbelievable Citadel. Like, I couldn't believe that. The GK gives up some weird Citadels. It has no business being Citadel inside 15 kilometers, but sometimes it just does. And it's always in weird positions. But he decides to open up the angle, and so I'm going to go ahead and aim higher. We want to avoid the belt. We want to get as many pins as possible, and then the RNG says, go f yourself. Can't really complain about RNG and the amount of damage we've been able to do and the sheer, like, ridiculous RNG we've had. But he's already fired his guns, so we know we're good. So we're going to go ahead, hurry up, get the rear guns on, and we're already turning back in. This is the part that everybody gets wrong with the Dreadnought Shuffle. Now, I thought this guy was dead. I sold out for this, put myself in a bit of a tricky situation, but I'm already turning back in. Now, I've got to be attentive to the fact that there is a Yamato on my left, right? I don't want to put myself in a position where that Yamato can crossfire me, so I don't want to over-angle here. And I also don't want to waste all my shells. But we get a good shot off, staying angled to the GK, and we're no longer spotted. Yama is now behind the island. Now, at this point, the last known position of me was heading to behind this island, right? So I don't want to go behind this island. Why is that? How many times do we talk about it, folks? By the way, we're at 3 kills and 214,000 damage, right? But how many times have I said that you don't chase somebody around an island, right? Now, we're going to showcase a little bit better how you can get away with coming around an island, but you got to use your noggin, folks. I know it's crazy. Again, last known for me was heading around that island. So I know that he's looking for me to come around that island, right? It makes sense. So what we do, we don't go around that island, we go in front of the island, hoping to catch him off guard. Now, to his credit, he wasn't sitting idly waiting for me to come around that corner, all guns trained on broadside like I was anticipating. All right, these guys haven't played the particularly smartest game I've ever seen in the world. So I wasn't expecting much out of him. But he does actually play this pretty well. He realizes that he needs to try to push up on me and wait for me to come around the corner, right? Unfortunately for my teammate back there, my teammate is going to put himself right in a position where he can be countered by the enemy Yamato. I can't see the Yamato until my teammate gets shot at, right? So, as unfortunate as it is, our teammate is going to go down. Now, we have a huge points lead. I have a lot of health, but we all know one mistake in Yamato and you're done, right? Especially this close range against another Yamato. One mistake, you go home, period. Doesn't matter how many hit points you have. One mistake, right? So you can see our battleship is pulling off. You can see he throws up his plane to try to get a shot off at our battleship, and he does end up getting our battleship. Colombo goes down. I know he just fired, so now is my chance. Do I just YOLO around the corner all willy-nilly? No, folks. Why? We want to angle away from the edge here. We know he's going away from us, right? So we want to open that angle, right? We're opening the angle away from him, which is going to make the ricochet angle much better. Now, at these ranges, anybody with a brain with a Yamato knows that they can go through the rear cheek and absolutely smash me here. So you got to be careful. But this allows me to get the front guns on target around the island. Look at that shot through the needle, and we get absolutely robbed. And then, of course, the rear guns couldn't quite fire over the island. But notice that I don't just sit there. I'm not resting on my laurels. I get angled immediately. He hits us, but it's inconsequential. He can't. He shot for the center of the ship. If he shoots through the back, right there, he could really put hurting on me. And if he gets a good enough salvo, he could easily kill me. But again, look at the score. We want to take away the possibility of him getting a miracle shot, right? So we want to try to make it as unlikely as possible that that's what happens. I don't know if he's going to be able to get around that corner. I didn't know if he beached. I don't know if he's going around the corner. What I do know is my guns are going to be ready for either scenario, and I am going to sail away from him and that island. This gives me the best possible chance to put myself in position to avoid any potential dev strike from this Yamato. And because we get ourselves turned away, we're able to put the shot, and again, railguns right through the upper deck of the Yamato to seal the deal. Wrapping up what can only be described as a fantastic Yamato game. 245,000 damage, Confederate high caliber, 4 kills, 3,500 base XP. Operation Guardian Angel, bringing it home, the W. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.